Great. Yeah. Thank you so much. And good morning to everybody. Thank you so much for taking the time. And a big thank you to Samantha, Tyler, Michelle, and everybody at the BioFi team for putting this together. Next slide. Yeah. So for those who aren't familiar, my name is Brandon Letzinger, and I'm a co-administrator of Regenerate Cascadia. We are a 501c3 nonprofit program of the Department of Bioregion in the United States. And then we're currently growing a charitable society in British Columbia. Our mission is to regenerate the Cascadia bioregion and to cultivate the conditions for a regenerative movement to thrive. Our organizing team includes Claire Atwell, Taya Seidler, Ron Malam, Andra Sviltavin, and many others. A collaborative group with expertise in community organizing, nonprofit management, and regenerative finance, as well as many other skill sets. Next slide. If you're not familiar with it, Regenerate Cascadia serves the Cascadia bioregion. This is a bioregion as defined through our watersheds and our geology. It stretches from southeast Alaska all the way down to Cape Mendocino in the south and as far east as the Yellowstone caldera. We use this watershed-based framework because nature acts on the scale of watersheds, ecoregions, and bioregions. And so for us to confront any of the issues facing our world or region, whether it's drought, flooding, food, energy, dams, salmon, um, disaster preparedness, earthquakes, we need to be looking and talking on these scales. Next slide. If you're not familiar, Regenerate Cascadia has really leaned into two separate programs that we're growing this year. One of our guiding questions and mission questions is if $100 million flowed into our landscapes tomorrow, are we ready to receive it? Would the money flow to the landscapes and communities actually doing the work as guided and decided by them? And what we've largely found is that the answer is no. So the first program that we're really talking about is our Cascadia Bioregion program, which is the process that we see that landscapes need to go through to become ready to receive funding. This is the mapping, building portfolios, developing regeneration strategies, starting to talk about budgets and what we could talk, what a community defines as success, as defined by us and our communities, rather than governments or businesses or corporations doing it for them. Uh, the second program is our Cascadia BioFi program. This is largely being developed as a framework to flow money to landscapes re-granted through the hubs that we're growing through our bioregion program. The BioFi also seeks to administer a Cascadia Regeneration Fund and is helping to grow a funder community of practice. Next slide. And all of this together, really, we've identified a bioregional trust as the type of bioregional financing facility that we're developing. And we are doing this through both nonprofit in the United States and in Canada. Next slide. The primary vehicle that we're growing, and as we're talking about it, is a Cascadia Bioregional Regeneration Fund from the front end that will be made up of three back-end donor-advised funds, otherwise known as DAFs. Together, these mechanisms form one solid bioregional flow fund that helps flow capital into landscape sub-funds. These sub-funds are then governed and re-granted into the local landscape by our hubs through the bioregion program as part of a coherent plan and strategy. The two that we're really focusing on is in the United States for this year because we are currently structured better for that area. The first is a white label DAF that will help house large donors that might be donating more than 2% of our annual budget. This helps us anchor contributions without impacting our nonprofit public support calculations. For smaller and landscape level donations, you will house them internally in a DAF through the Department of Bioregion, which helps us build diversified funder contributions and allows us to bring in larger operational support from our current partners. Lastly, in the future, we will also be growing a Canadian DAF that will be connected to the Charitable Society in British Columbia, with the goal of really being able to move money across borders. Working in bioregional frameworks here in Cascadia, this is a cross-border region, and so even smaller areas like the Salish Sea, the Cascadia bioregion, Salmon Nation, all of these areas stem across a border, which is currently hardening. So being able to move money back and forth or be able to flow money is one of our top priorities. Lastly, I'll just name that in addition, local communities, community foundations, family foundations, and large donors will also be able to give directly to landscape subfunds or hubs, all of which will be tax deductible and able to receive and grow their own funding ecosystems and grants. Next slide. So as you can see, governance of the funds is kept at the lowest level possible through the Cascadia Bioregion program and adapted based on real-time evaluation by local groups doing the work. This is really designed to help money flow like water as part of a coherent strategy and plan with the evaluation metrics defined by the communities doing the work. Next slide. And I just wanted to touch on in this upcoming year of where we're going. We've just launched, or we're just about to launch applications for our bioregion program, which will invite 10 landscapes to work through a 1-year community of practice where we really will do this mapping, the portfolio building, build the budgets and strategies, and see these projects funded. BioFi then is growing from a BioFi conference that we just hosted, starting with an investor design circle, growing into a funder community of practice, and actually looking to launch these funds and funder collaboratives through a series of forums on bioregional finance, which we'll host in mid-2026. Next slide.
1 minute remaining, my friend.
Thanks. And just if you're not familiar, Regenerate Cascadia grew from an activation tour that we hosted in October of 2023. We've now been working with these communities for nearly 2 years, and so we're excited to invite them in. Next slide. One of the best examples just of what a local hub looks like would be an example like the South Willamette Valley. Not only did they host an activation tour stop, but since then they've hosted a series of community activations. They're anchored through an eco village and a learning center in Eugene, Oregon. And then they're a coalition of more than a dozen organizations that have come together to really start to explore this. Groups like this will be what joins our cultivator. Next slide. And all to just say that this has been growing out of a more than 2 years of work, working with lots of amazing communities. And next slide. Including a BioFi conference that we just hosted here in Seattle. And I'll let you go to the last slide and finish up.
Cool. You want to wrap up with a sentence?
Yeah. Yes, I'll just end by saying that so far we've raised $40,000 to support this initial launch of our BioFi program and to flow into the communities for these hubs to regrant out. Our goal is to raise this up to 100,000 by December to test this regranting model. And then with the idea of this is a seed phase and we'll start phase 1 next year. And last slide. And if you'd like to reach out, you can connect with us, Brandon at regeneratecascadia.org or regeneratecascadia.org. And thank you, Samantha and Tyler, so much for the time. And thank you, everybody, for joining today.